Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we're going to be painting these. But first off, I want to just finish off these ones. Now I do quite like the effects on those drawers, so I'm not going to do anything more with the orange, but we want to do something with that. First off, I'm going to just, a little bit of paint left over on the brush from the last video, and it's made it a little bit stiff. So I'm just going to just paint over that a little bit more, just to make it that touch darker. And that will do. Now, what I've done is exactly the same as I did last time. We're doing things like this. I've printed off a sheet of computer screens. The ones that look as though they'll fit better will look a little bit more interesting on these are those two. Now I'm not saying they're the perfect size for it, but they are a size for it, if you get me drift. So what I want is a pair of scissors. I want a pair of scissors. I did have scissors in it. Oh, there they go. I'll put them to one side. I'll put that away. I'll just cut these out. As I said, they're not perfect size, but hopefully the job, I'll be able to trim them down a little bit and they'll look fine. They're as close as, let's put it that way. There we are. So if we put that on there, yeah, it is a bit too wide, which I was expecting it to be honest. I will cut it there. How does that look? Okay, it will need more cutting off. So it's just a case of chipping away until you get the right size. Now, there is there's quite a bit that I need to trim off, but I just couldn't get it. I'm going to try and get it as close to that line as I can. Pop it in there, and that looks fine. I'm going to cut off these black edges here. 1, 2, and using my trusty old Gorilla Glue Clear, and screw it and just put a little bit, way too much there, but never mind. I'll just move it about with the brush handle. There we are. And I'll take a piece of paper and, in fact, it still is too big. So I'm going to trim it down there. And that is that. And now I will trim this down as well. I've got near enough an idea of how this goes. I'm just going to trim down, and then hopefully that will fit in there nicely. Yep. So again, a little bit of that, push it around with the brush tip, and then I believe that's the one, yes. Now when it's dry we can put some more of the glue over the top. I think we'll see how that goes, but that's it for those two. Ta-ta-ta. Put them to one side. There we are. I'm going to put some more water in that in a second, but we're going to get our dry brush, and we're going to go into the where are we? Rough iron, and take some off the brush, and we will give this a brushing all over. Now the majority of this is going to stay this colour. As I said, this is actually the one that I thought I should have done first. In the previous video I did say I should have done this one first because the other one was a little trickier than I thought it was going to be. But there we are. So it's just going to be a case of dry brush this all over on the backs where it's all flat black. Do a heavy dry brush and cover it over. And we'll do a heavy dry brush. In fact, we're not dry brushing it there, what we're actually doing is painting it there. And then on the top we can give it a good dry brush. There we are. Not finished yet. Don't panic, it's not finished. There's much more to do. Well, not much more to do, but there's a bit more to do because I'm not leaving the guns that colour. So what I'm doing is just getting some of the paint on the brush, wiping most of it off, and then running it over the mini. Now as I've said, where it's like black, sorry, not a flat black area, you can actually just what's the word I'm looking for? You can just paint it on because it's there's no detail there to highlight. There's not going to be any highlights on this. This is how it's going to look for the most part. But we do have another little bit that we need to do first off before we actually finish this. Oh dear. So, last one. I forgot to do that on this one. I'm just hoping I've got. There we go. So that's basically it. Oh, I need to go into the in between the gums on this side, don't I? There we are. So that's that bit. Next job we're going to do is the gums, and then we're finished. It is that easy, this one. Seriously, it is that easy. I'm just putting the lid back onto my glue bottle. I'm just making sure that my dry brush is dry. And we're going into the, whoops, no we're not off of that one. Where are you, the one I want? I'm going to try something I've not tried properly yet, which is Necron Compound. This is one of those dry brushy things. And I've not had much luck with it, so I don't know whether it's actually working as it should. But it looks quite gritty and lumpy. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe most of it off. And then over the gums, and just go gently. I think I've got too much of it on here, but never mind. There we are, and we're just picking out the gums, nothing more. And that is almost it, but I don't want to leave it like that. I'm going to go over these bits at the top with this Necron Compound. Also go over these doors as well. And let's give a quick dusting of it over these areas at the back. Okay, so there's not much of this left on my brush. I'm just going to brush it off again and give it another going over there. All we're doing with this is just trying to brighten it up a little bit. And that's it. Faster works. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So I really should have done these ones first, because these took a little longer than I was expecting. But never mind. We have 2 lots of things left. Now all we have to do is these. And God knows what I'm going to do with them. So join us in the next video. Until then, as always, stay safe, take care, God bless, and bye for now.